If you're someone who struggles with overall happiness and comfort level in your life, you may be suffering with anxiety without even knowing it, because what you're experiencing is often not talked about and definitely not linked to anything specific, which makes it really hard to get the right kind of help. Identifying the signs can be both empowering and frightening, but at least you'll understand what and why you're suffering this way, because it certainly affects the quality and the success that you have in your life, and also the fundamental happiness level that you can achieve in your life. In this video, we're going to go into some of the signs of high functioning anxiety, why you might be suffering in this way, and if you stick to the end, I will share how you might go about fixing it. If you're new to me and this is the first time we're connecting, my name is Shana Rosenthal and I'm a certified hypnotist and mindset success coach. And I work to help people living with constant self-doubt eradicate fear and turn it into confidence and strong self-esteem. So let's get into this. Number one is getting overwhelmed and either getting snappy or irritated really easily, or crying really easily, something that you're experiencing. If so, you're somebody who notices yourself just getting snappy or being rude or being quick to get angry or irritated, or even just falling into a puddle of tears in an instant, seemingly over literally nothing. Chances are it's because you're feeling anxious and you've got this anxiety going on in your emotions or right up here at the surface. And so the smallest of things comes in and you've got no room to cope. You've got no capacity to cope with it. You've learned no coping strategies that work for you. And so you have some kind of disproportionate or unhelpful emotional reaction that later on you end up feeling guilty about. But in that moment, you get so overwhelmed trying to deal with all of this emotion and you just don't know how to cope. The next one is undersleeping. If you're somebody who struggles with anxiety, you probably know this one really, really well. That you either have a hard time falling asleep or you fall asleep okay, but then you wake up in the night and you can't get back to sleep. That your thoughts start going and going and going, or you just feel really awake, but then the next day you're exhausted. So undersleeping, not being able to sleep, not being able to get good quality of sleep is rooted in anxiety, and it can often be rooted in depression as well. But usually depression is when people struggle with oversleeping and just sleeping too much and not being able to get out of bed, but not even actually having good quality sleep, or not being able to sleep at all, or at least not very much, is a sign that you could have underlying anxiety. Now here's the thing. If you learn coping skills that work, I mean coping skills that really are proven to get your anxiety under control rather than it controlling you, you will no longer have to deal with these issues in your life. So the next one is the inability to be alone. So if you're somebody or you know someone who gets really, really nervous or really, really uncomfortable if they're either alone or in situations when they're out in their community or out at different events, or even just doing anything, if they always have to have someone with them, even if it's just going to the grocery store or even being at home and they just don't want to be alone. And though there's a difference between liking your own company and liking having people around and getting really fearful or getting really nervous or getting really scared when being alone, that's often a symptom of anxiety. The next one is seeking reassurance, and I'm not talking about wanting to get praise and recognition where praise and recognition are due. I'm talking about being obsessed with needing reassurance, always checking like, was this good enough? Did I do this okay? Did I screw it up? Did I say something? Did I offend someone? Was that okay to do that? Was that okay to say that? Was that okay to, well, you know. And you're always sort of double checking. You're always kind of wondering. You're always sort of seeking out that reassurance. Now, there is a fine line between wanting to be recognized and wanting to make sure that you haven't offended anyone, and almost getting obsessed with it, getting stuck in your head about it, and getting paralyzed by needing that reassurance that you're doing all right, or that you're not screwing up, or that you're not offending people, or that you're not making a mess of something, or that something is good enough, or that you're good enough. So, those are the common ways that high functioning anxiety shows up in our lives. And if you're experiencing any of these, know that there is something deeper going on and you can find relief. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and I do have a number of very fast and effective protocols to manage these issues, ways that will have you feeling authentically confident, calm, and in complete control. It all starts with an emotional detox. This is something that will have you releasing that pressure that is often felt so intensely, it can be felt physically. My clients often describe it as an emotional block. Going through my unique protocols, you will experience such profound shifts. It's a game changer. Those words have been used by my clients to describe how they feel after. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. So if you're interested in finding out more about my process and if it's indeed a good fit for you, click the link below to schedule your time with me. Before you do, please like the video, share your comments, share your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. If any of this was surprising, if any of this turned on some light bulbs for you and was helpful, leave it in the comments section below. And do subscribe to the channel so we can stay connected. Until next time, take care.